At the start of the film, we see some people searching for Chupacabra in a cave in Mexico. Then they find a Chupacabra's wing. They go out and tell the scientist that the scientist's name is Richard, who wants to catch Chupacabra and make medicines from its blood. Richard goes and sees that he has found Chupacabra's child. Richard is about to catch it, but in the meantime, his mother goes. She was a very big monster. She beats Richard and runs away with her child. But Richard fires from behind and Chupacabra gets injured. Now these people start chasing her to catch her. While running away, Chupacabra hits a car. Richard was also behind her. So to save her child, she hides him in the bushes and puts Richard behind her. Now, on the other hand, we see a child named Alex who was playing a video game in a school in America. Kids in school bothered him a lot because he was a Mexican boy. When he goes back home, his mother tells him that your Mexican passport has arrived. Now you can go to your grandfather on the trip. But Alex didn't like Mexico at all. He refuses to go there. His mother tells him that your dad also wanted to go to Mexico with you, but he lost in the fight with cancer. Anyway, you will enjoy in Mexico. Your grandfather has called your cousins from the city to play with you. Finally, Alex agrees to go to Mexico. Now we see that Alex had landed in Mexico by flight. His grandfather holds him from behind and says something in Spanish, but Alex does not understand Spanish at all. Then they tell him that you should have learned Spanish from Memo, doesn't know any other language other than Spanish. Alex sees that WWE wrestlers' pictures are hanging all over the house. Now Memo shows Alex his bed. Then he hears music outside the window. Alex sees his other cousin Luna singing. Luna says hi to him, and now they both go downstairs. Then Memo attacks Alex like a WWE wrestler. Alex asks Luna what is he doing. Luna shows him a wrestling fight and says that he is our grandfather. He did not lose a single fight in his youth. But a fighter named El Chacal threw him out of the ring. He got a head injury and never fought again. Now they see a goat unconscious outside. Luna says that it is Chupacabra. It's just a myth. On the other hand, Richard tells someone on the phone that Chupacabra is real and there is more than one. Then a man comes to Richard and tells him that you have only 1 week to catch Chupacabra. Otherwise, we will stop investing money in this mission. Now the next day when Alex wakes up, Chupacabra's child is lying on his bed. Alex screams and that child runs away from her. But Alex hides this from his cousin. Because of Chupacabra, the wound on his hand also heals immediately. Then his cousin Luna teaches him to fly a rocket and says that you are very lost. Learn to have some fun in your life. Now Memo comes and tells him that Grandpa is missing. With this, we come to know that Grandpa has a disease of forgetting, that's why he goes anywhere and anytime. Now these people go out to find him. First, they go to the market to find him, but it's of no use. When these people were coming back, they saw that Grandpa was walking on the road with a goat. These people ask him, "What are you doing here?" So Grandpa says that I had gone to get this goat walked. Now these people come back home by putting Grandpa in the car. Luna tells Alex that her mom doesn't know that her grandpa is suffering from forgetfulness. If she finds out, she will never let him live here alone. But Grandpa loves to live in this village. Now Alex was sitting near the house and listening to music when that kid came near him and started eating the music box. Alex thinks that maybe he is hungry. He gets food for him from the fridge. But Chupacabra doesn't like that food. He shows Alex his place to stay and also gives Alex a mouse to eat. Alex says, "Friend, I don't eat mice." That's when Chupacabra gets scared of the lightning outside. Alex comforts him by making him sit next to him and says that if you don't have anyone of your own, I will become your family and never leave you alone. Now they sleep there. The next morning Memo comes there. Alex tries to hide Chupacabra, but he can't. Memo and Luna see him. Alex says that he is not dangerous at all. They sit near him for a while. Then they keep the name of this child hidden. Alex says that we have to protect this child. Then Grandpa comes and says that Alex is right. Grandpa says that a strange animal had collided with my car a few days ago. That creature ran away in the desert, but I found its child in the bushes, and I brought it home to save it. We will have to protect it from bad people. Now Richard finds Grandpa's car number plate in the bushes, which led to the accident of Chupacabra. And he comes to Grandpa's house. finding out about the car's owner. He asks him if he has seen a strange animal. Grandpa says that he doesn't know anything like that. Richard wants to search the house, but Grandpa stops him and says he is a wrestler. If you take a step forward, I will teach you the fun of my special local laundry. Richard has a lot of doubts about Grandpa, but he leaves from there. Now Grandpa shows Alex a wrestling fight and says he is your dad. He was a better wrestler than me. But then he met your mom and she left wrestling. After listening to his dad, Alex again grabs the video game. But Grandpa snatches the video game from him and takes him out to teach him wrestling. Learning the tricks, Alex gets very angry at Grandpa and he pushes him. Grandpa falls unconscious. The doctor comes and treats him and says that his memory is getting worse day by day. Please take him to Mexico with you. Then he starts hearing the sound of a stick. He goes and sees that Richard has come to steal it. He injects the stick with an unconscious injection and puts it in the car. Then Alex tells Grandpa to save the stick, but Grandpa doesn't remember anything about the stick. Then Alex makes a plan and tells Grandpa that your enemy Al Chacal has come outside. This is the right time to take revenge. Hearing this, Grandpa gets excited and wears his suit, and goes and kills Richard as Al Chacal with a flying kick. Then these people take Richard's car and run away from there. On the way, Alex shows Grandpa Chupa, which reminds Grandpa of everything. Then they go to the same place to find Chupa's family where Grandpa had an accident. There, Chupa starts smelling his mother and starts running. Alex and other people also start running after him. In the meantime, Richard also follows them with his companions. He sees his car and starts looking for these people. He goes a little far and sees Grandpa. Here Chupa came to a bridge while following his mother. He starts calling his family. On the other hand, his family was also giving him a call. Alex understands that it's time to leave Chupa. He hugs Chupa, cries a lot, and says that wherever you are, I will always love you. Then he says goodbye to Chupa and Chupa goes to the other side. But then a lion attacks Alex. Alex climbs on the bridge of the pipe to save his life. Then Grandpa comes there. Somehow he drives the lion away from there and tries to save Alex, but the pole breaks and Alex hangs from the pipe. Then Chupa comes back to save him. He was about to save him, but the pipe breaks and they both start falling. But suddenly Chupa starts flying and both of them are saved. As soon as they come up, Richard reaches there and injects Chupa with unconsciousness and kills him with a shotgun. With the shotgun, he scares Grandpa and Alex takes Chupa away from there, puts her in his car, and leaves. As he moves a little further, Chupa's mother attacks him. And this time she was not alone but had two more companions. Richard tries to scare them with the shotgun, but they are mighty. That's when Grandpa comes from behind and grabs Richard. Richard leaves Chupa and Grandpa teaches him the fun of his country. Chupa also meets his family, and finally, Alex says goodbye to Chupa. Chupa flies in the sky with his family. Alex tells Grandpa that Chupa has found his family and I have found mine. Now it was time for Alex to go back. Alex says goodbye to Luna, and as soon as he opens the trunk to keep the Memo, Memo attacks Alex again. But Alex had learned a lot by now. He defeats Memo. On the way, Alex tells Grandpa that he has learned more than half of Spanish, and I will learn the rest from my mom. And if anyone tries to bother me now, I will teach him a lesson of Desi Dobi Packhead. Before getting on the train, Alex gives his video game to Grandpa and says I don't need it anymore. Then he hugs his grandfather and leaves. On the plane, he sees Chupa again, who comes to say goodbye to Alex while tearing the clouds with his family. With this movie has reached its end.